English version, mandatory VERIFACTU system, take 2. Let's go. Hello everybody and welcome to our VERIFACTU workshop. My name is María. I'm going to guide you through all the regulation changes about VERIFACTU. I'm a senior accountant and tax advisor at Scentia Alliance, and we are a company that helps small businesses and entrepreneurs to keep their business in good shape while having a safe relationship with the Spanish tax agency. Okay, the goal of this course is to stay compliant and stress-free. Think about your business, think about how to make your business better, and just leave all relationship to tax agency to the experts. Why is invoicing changing? Invoicing is not changing very much. The only thing that is changing about invoices is the way that we make or issue our invoices. The main goal of tax agency is fight against tax fraud, fight against money laundering, and avoid tax fraud. And then there's another goals that go after it, just after the main one. That's the digitalization of self-employed and small businesses. That will those two goals will lead to the mandatory electronic invoices that comes from European Union regulation. And then there's a last step that will track payments and all the invoicing cycle for the business plan. Okay, we have two main regulations regarding this, the anti-fraud law and the create and grow law. The anti-fraud law tells us what is not allowed, and the create and grow law what must be done. These all went to fusion in the VERIFACTU system. The VERIFACTU system is the system that a tax agency has created to comply with this regulation. The system has two pillars. First, you have to use a certified software. It's called SIF. This certified software, you can use whichever you like, but has to meet some requirements that are already set up in the regulation. And then you can or not report all your invoices to the tax agency in real time. That will have tax agency to track all the revenue system of the whole economy. Now, tax agency already knows the amount of invoicing for very big companies. They are already meeting some requirements that make them report immediately the invoicing. Now, tax agency go for the small businesses. The system for the small businesses is different and is easier than big companies. Tax agency thinks big companies have administration staff that can help them with that, accountancy staff, and many money to put in these digital systems. And they think about the small owners or maybe even self-employed and freelancers that have just a computer, so they make an easier system to report the invoices. Which are what is the deadline for doing that? Just keep one date in your mind, January the 1st, 2026. There are others. This July 29 is just for software developers, and July 2026 is for freelancers and entrepreneurs. But I don't recommend you to wait to July the 1st. Don't mess with your accountancy. Select a software, start using it now, and keep all the tracking for the whole 2026 year. For companies that file companies' income taxes, the date will be January the 1st. This date, these companies will be required to use the VERIFACTU, and if they don't, they can be fined. Think as the deadline not as the beginning, but as the goal where we have to be already prepared to meet all these requirements. The moment when we will be already confident with our software invoicing, and that we are sure that we are not going to make mistakes in our tax agency relationship. For now, you have to use a certified software. What does certified software mean? It means this software has to generate invoices with a QR code and a mandatory legend, has to keep full and modified records of the invoices, has to link invoice securely with a hash and a digital signature, and has to maintain full and accessibility access for 4 years. So, if your software already generates your invoices with a QR code, don't let you change invoice freely, keeps full and unmodified records, and link invoices securely, you are already complying with VERIFACTU. So you can go easy, because the 1st of January you just have to choose if you want or not to report your invoicing to tax agency. Once you use the software has to allow you to report to the VERIFACTU system. It has to have at least a button where you can click and tell, I'm going to report to tax agency. My recommendation, please do report. If you don't, tax agency is going to think bad of you. It's going to think, why is this person not wanting to report to me? Maybe it's hiding some revenue and does not want to be taxed about it. Maybe it's not keeping reliable records of his activity. So please do report when you're confident using your software. What happens if you don't? If you don't comply with the certified software, you can be fined. That's the main issue that you have to think. You can be fined, and the fines are 50,000 euros per year. You can have risk of inspection and tax adjustment. Tax agency won't think of your information as reliable, so you have to go further to prove that these invoices that you made that don't use a certified software are real, are original, are not you didn't manipulate them or delayed some or did something wrong with your invoicing system. You can have operational problems. Maybe your clients will reject the invoice because they can think, maybe tax agency won't let me deduct that service because it's not a certified invoice. So maybe they are not going to be confident with your relationship, and you will have some payment problems. Adaptation is mandatory. The how and when is up to you. And my recommendation is start now, start reporting the 1st of January. How do I prepare to this transition? First, are you required to issue an invoice? I tell you, you are required to issue an invoice. Very, very few number of businesses are not required to do so. Don't try to avoid the system fitting your activity in these businesses that are not required to issue invoice. Don't try to avoid the system using a manual kind of invoicing, like start handwriting your invoices or using your word processor as just a typewriter machine. Don't do that. That one will tell tax agency that you're trying to hide something. That will put you in the bad ones in the list of tax agency. If they start auditing, you will be the first they go to. Are you included in this SII system? There is a system in the VAT regulation for big companies and for those companies who ask for a monthly refund of the VAT. It's called SII. If you're very, very big or you are in this monthly refund system, you are already sending all your invoices to the tax agency. The system is different, the reporting is different, but you are already complying, so you don't have to mind about VERIFACTU. Are you using Word, Excel sheets, another word processor, any other programs? Are you using by handwriting? Well, that's high risk. These invoices won't be reliable. Maybe people won't believe they are real. Maybe they think you are making them up. So please don't do that. The Dirección General de Tributos, that's the main organism that tells you how to apply the regulation, says that you can use these systems as long as the system don't treat the data in them, so they won't be think about it like a software for invoicing. But the moment that this system makes some calculation or have some programming behind, they will be treated like a invoicing software, and if it's not certified, you are not compliant. And Word, Excel, or any others that are not prepared for this will not be certified. You have an old software program, contact your provider, ask them if they are going to update. You're already working with an invoicing software, a cloud one, a modern one. You will probably have your check in the VERIFACTU system. Check if they meet the requirements. How do I know my software meets the requirements? You have to ask your provider to make a statement. This responsible statement has to say that the program, this software, meets all Spanish regulations. If they do, you can be stress-free. I just wrote down some slides about who is required to issue invoices. I'm going to skip them. Everybody is. A very small part of businesses are not, and even they, sometimes they can be required to issue ones. So you are, you have to issue the invoices. It's mandatory for you. Don't try to skip it. That is a slide about the content of the invoice. The content is the same that we are keeping in our invoices right now. The only thing that has changed is the QR code. This QR code will allow our client or the invoice recipient to check with tax agency if the invoice is all right, if the invoice meets the regulation, and if the transaction has been reported to the tax agency. Okay, no one is exempt, I told you. Don't wait until July 2026, and remember the penalty is 50,000 euros. Now I wanted to show you how the tax agency software works. Tax agency released free software for those who have to issue a very small number of invoices per month, even per year. So you think that to invest in an invoicing software will be very expensive for you and won't be good for your business? You can use this. I don't recommend it. I only recommend it if you really just issue one invoice per month, maybe two, or you only have to issue invoices very randomly because of your kind of business. But for those who issue invoices regularly, please purchase a certified software. The VERIFACTU software was like this. You have to log in the tax agency website. Then you have to find where the VERIFACTU software is. It's down there. You have to click in. See VERIFACTU. Click in and access to the software. I'm going to use a simulation website just to the demonstration, because if not, I'm not going to issue a real invoice for you. So we go to the demonstration website, and now it's the same. Tax agency will ask for a digital signature to upload, and you have this. You can issue invoices. You can take a look at the invoices that you already issued, and you have your draft. Then here you can change your data. You can upload as many clients and customers that you want to. You can upload products and services, and here you can change your serious number. Serious number for any invoice is a number where you can just have different sorts of invoices. I always recommend just to have two. One for the ordinary invoices and one for the invoices who rectify another one. My recommendation is to put a series for every year, and that's all. But if you have many types of clients, you maybe want to have a different series number. If you have many types of clients that you need many series number, you're probably not the one who should be keeping their invoices system with the tax agency software. But anyway, let's see how it works. Okay, let's go. Here you upload your data. Then, okay, let's go. Name, commercial name, address, contact details, save. Then clients, we can register a client, name, VAT number, address, details, go. Here we have all the clients we already registered. And then here you go to the menu and you can register, as I told you, as much as you want. You can even register an foreign client. You don't have to have a VAT number to be a client or issue invoices from this tax agency service. Okay, let's go. Then we can register products as well. And then we can issue an invoice. Go there, emisión de facturas. This is our data. Then we select a client or maybe create a new one. Here we are. As we register the client already, the data is already there. The type of the invoice or series number. You see, I'm having two. I can add another one just to show you. The type of invoice, if it's an ordinary invoice of a rectify one, you save and you go to the issuing part. Okay, select the series and the system writes down the number, so you don't have to worry about which number was the last one that you upload. The kind of VAT that you're using, for all of you probably ordinary VAT, ordinary invoice, if the operation of the services was provided another day different than the ones you're issuing the invoice, you can write down your operation date there. And then you can add as products and services if you want. The regime here, quantity, amount, if you want to put a discount. You usually will issue invoices with this, but you can choose the regime that is applicable to you. Your rate, usually 21, and there you have. You can add as many as we want, and then we go on, payment data, the amount, the way it's going to be paid, your bank account if you want, and anything that you want to have written down in your invoice. Then you can just save the draft, or issue the invoice. Here we check the data because we're going to sign and send your invoice. Sign and send. You are asked for your digital signature. OK, send. And you will have this. OK, see if we can go back a little bit so you can see here. You have the invoice in the VERIFACTU form. The QR code, your data, invoices data, number of series and invoice number, operation data, issuing date, the client, the products or services, the taxes, the amounts, payment details. And that PDF, you can save it, you can send it to your client. Okay. You can keep it, but once you sign and send, this register will be already uploaded in the tax agency servers. Why is this important? You have to know, for meeting the requirements for a certified software system, it's not only that your invoices have a QR code, as we said, not only that you can change, delete or manipulate the data, but that you have to keep full and modified, secure your data for 4 full years with traceability and availability. Your computer is not doing that. So if you have a Word system and you have just a file where you upload all your PDF invoices, you're not having all your data secure, sure, available and traceable. If you don't have a software system, that ensures you're going to comply with this, because their cloud servers are secure, are traceable, they are not keen to manipulation, nobody will hack them anytime. You're not sure that you're complying. So tax agency says, okay, don't worry, that part of the regulation, I'm going to do it for you. You send me your invoices. I already know your revenue, but I keep your invoices record secure, unmodified, and traceable for the 4 years. So not only you will have your invoices meet all your requirements, but your records kept safely. That's why I recommend to report. I recommend to start using a software now, get used of the using of the software, and start reporting the 1st of January. So just keep a summary of what we talked about. Do I know if I'm required to comply with this law? You are required. Don't think about it. Do I use Word, Excel, or software without guarantees? If you are, you just have to take action. Does my system generate a QR code and the mandatory legend? It's keeping the record safely. Does my provider ensure the update will be before 2026? If you have any doubts, you need an action plan. We are here to help you. We want to help you with this, to help you to transition smoothly to this new system. It's not very new, it's very easy. Just don't get nervous. It will be just another click in your software system. What if a tax agency already has your records? Don't worry. If tax agency issue an auditing, you will be asked to report them all your invoices. So you already have to comply with this law. Just is a little bit of change of the way you're going to do that. Thank you very much for staying here and keep in touch with us. and ask us any doubt you have about this. Thank you. Y nos vamos. Aquí, vamos a ver ahora.